Self-publishing can be daunting enough. Add to that a full-time job, chores, and kids, and it can seem downright impossible. But what if I told you self-publishing a book is not only possible with kids, but your kids can even help? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you 4 ways to self-publish with kids. So stick around. Hey everybody, it's Keith Wheeler here, and if you want to continue to get all the hints, tips, and tricks on how to make self-publishing easier, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit your little bell icon so you get alerted each and every time I put out new content. First, did you have kids? Let me know in the comments below. As you may already know, I have 4 kids, and while I love them to death, finding time to self-publish with kids can be tricky. That is until I decided to include my kids in some of my self-publishing projects. Number 1, treat your children as your first beta readers. Depending on the genre you write and the age of your children, you can have them beta read your book. If your kids are anything like mine, they have absolutely no problem telling you when there's something wrong. If they're not in the right target audience, they can help give input on the cover image. Even if you don't end up using their advice, or maybe you don't even plan on using it, the fact that they feel like they have a say in your book will make them even more interested in what you're working on. Number 2, look at your children for inspiration. Ask them for ideas. What do you think if character X had red hair? What should her name be? Kids are great at thinking outside of the box and love to play the what-if game, which can really help out with developing your characters. Even if your children are too young to read it, they can still help out with ideas. Number 3, make them your ad team. Regardless of their age, your children can be your best ad team. They can make posters about your book, a book signing you have coming up, or any other upcoming event. If they're a bit of a ham, you can make up a video with them bragging about your book and turn it into a book trailer. If they're older and social media is their thing, you can have them act as your social media pro. They can post links about your book, and maybe even put them in charge of your book or author's social media page. Even if you have an infant, you can have a onesie made up that says, "Read my mom or dad's new book." Let's be honest, who doesn't stop and look at a little baby and read their shirt? Number 4, and this is by far my favorite way to write with children, have them write or help write the story. I recently dug up an old Halloween story that I wrote with my kids years ago. We sat at the table and I started with the simple "once upon a time," and I had them go around the table and each added a sentence to the story, and I wrote it all down. No editing, just straight from the kids' imagination. Now, I'll be honest, some of the younger kids had some interesting sentences. Stuff like ghosts pooping and monsters boogers. But then the older kids' next sentence would sort of reel the story back in. It made the story fun to write, funny to read, but most of all, it made memories. That was about 10 years ago, and the kids still talk about it to this day. The more involved the children are in writing, the more interested they'll be in reading. Many wannabe self-published authors often put off self-publishing and writing until the kids are older. I say get them involved, make stories together, but most of all, make memories. So, how are you going to involve your children in your self-publishing process? Let me know in the comments below. And on your way out, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash the little bell icon so you get alerted every time I put out new content. Until next time, I'm Keith Wheeler, and remember to write right.